With a battery rated at 10,000 mAh, the Dynatab 75X has crazy promising specs, and today, let's explore if this would be a worthy upgrade. So this is a 75%/84 key gasket mounted structure with a customizable 8.5-inch multifunctional RGB LED screen. That is a mouthful. This has a tri-mode connectivity with Bluetooth wired in 2.4G paired with a powerful 10,000 mAh battery that keeps you typing for weeks on a single charge. Now this is split into 5,000 mAh battery packs, and I think it's better this way, so if one fails, you have a backup. With the N key rollover, every key press registers accurately, no matter how fast you type. You may even press all buttons at once and each one will register. And speaking of typing, its lubed Wisteria linear switches are very smooth. There's no scratch at all, and these are actually my favorite switches from Epomaker. In its box, you get the keyboard, manual, Type-C cable, keycap puller, and extra Mac keycaps. Plus, you get a PAT dust cover. And by the way, extra Mac keycaps are only available for the purple white version. The dongle is stored in its top case, by the way, so just take that top cover out. The LED is bright and has 540 LED bulbs. This has multiple default settings you can choose from with just a press of a button right here. And my favorite is the battery indicator. And another one of my favorites is when the LED shows you exactly what you're typing. This can be customized with your own image or GIF, by the way, but that's bound to get very pixelated. Some reviews say that the plastic build feels cheap, but I highly disagree with those, as the outer plastic uppercase is almost 3mm thick and the inner plastic is 1mm thick. I have seen worse builds in other keyboards. Another thing, this weighs at 1,100 grams, so it doesn't fall on the lighter side of keyboards considering it isn't a full-sized board. The feet are standard with 2 levels of height to choose from. There's minimal creaks and a level of hollowness to the keyboard, as some parts of the internals are not completely dampened. Now, let's move on to the keycaps and the other smaller parts. This has a cherry keycap profile made with PBT plastic. Stabilizers are pre-lubed and have very slight rattle to them, so I would add more lube, especially on those bar elbows where steel touches plastic. So far, the stabs aren't loosely fit on the plate, so that's good. Glad that is the case since the PCB does not have screw-in ports for screw-in stabilizers. The switches are one of my favorite marbly sounding ones. These Wisteria linears are light, measured at 45 grams of actuation force. Top housing is made of PC, bottom is made of PA66, and stem is made of PTFE and POM combined. The combination of all these plastic materials give the Wisteria linears its unique marbly sound signature. Oh, and if it matters to some of you, this is a 5-pin switch. So this has 2 layouts to choose from, 2 color options, and 4 switches. I got myself the ANSI purple white with Wisteria linear switches. This has a smooth glossy textured ABS plastic keyboard housing with no branding on it. Moving on, there are many RGB options to choose from in its software, and with the press of function and delete, you can quickly switch modes. The screen can display the time, day, and date, CPU load, and other custom images or GIFs you put. There are also some designs you could choose, like these, whatever you want to call that. In the software, I like how the freeform board is sized exactly like the screen. This way, you know exactly what would appear on the screen of your keyboard. Overall, I think the design isn't for everyone, especially not for minimalists, but this is 100% for those looking to have a piece that's both positively weird and not average looking. Definitely a collector's piece. And as I said in the thumbnail of this video, it really looks very futuristic, something like an alien would design. Tearing this down might be a bit daunting, but it's just the same as other keyboards. You'll need to pry off 4 clips on top and the bottom of the top case, then 2 clips on both sides. Upon fully unhooking the clips, watch out for the 2 cables underneath to the power switch, daughter board, and the screen. Then onto the PCB, take out the cables that connect to its 2 batteries. The PCB is screwed into the PC plate, so unscrew that to isolate its PCB. Then for a complete disassembly, unscrew the screen and daughter board from the top case. If you have any questions, comment down below. The internal features include a non-flex cut PC plate, sandwich foam, switch pad, PCB foam, another layer of EVA foam with insulation underneath, and lastly, that thick case dampener made of foam. A total of 5 layers of dampening. If it matters to some of you guys, the gaskets are made of silicone. The non-flex cut PCB has a 3-pin or 5-pin universal sockets with south-facing LEDs. One con here is that there are no screw-in ports for screw-in stabilizers, as I said a while back. Yet on the bright side, the stock stabilizers have very little wobble to them, so all good. I would not add any modification to this, but rather I'd take away the EVA standoffs on top of the battery. I believe that was placed there so the battery heat wouldn't transfer to the PCB, but the EVA layer already has a built-in insulation added to it, so I wouldn't worry about that. Plus, removing those standoffs would add more bounce to the keyboard, so why not? The software here has all you need, including macros, RGB designs, and screen designs of a community of thousands of Epomaker keyboard users. You're free to use these for your own Epomaker keyboard. Now to customize your screen, open the Screen tab, and here you may freely choose the color of each LED bulb. To finalize your screen design, click on Upload and wait for the keyboard to work its magic. I will leave links to Epomaker's website below and where you can get yourself a Dynatab 75X. Got questions? Leave it in the comments section and I'll be glad to answer you as soon as I can. For the meantime, go check out my review for Epomaker's Tide 75, or you may go check out the playlist that I created for all the Epomaker keyboard reviews that I've created. And before you go, don't forget to not subscribe.